What's up, guys? I'm Kyle, also known as the Panda Man. In today's video, I'm going to tell you how to get started with your first 48-hour fast. First thing I want you to know is that food is a drug. Food affects your internal biochemical and hormonal environment. That is the definition of a drug. Why is that important? Because you are going to possibly get withdrawal symptoms when you go a day without food. What would that look like? Headaches, a little shaky. Second thing, your body fat is a food source. Each pound that we have on us, if you want to talk about caloric energy, right? So calories are an energy source in some ways, about 3,500 calories in a pound of body fat. If you want to lose 10 pounds of fat, that's 35,000 calories of energy, okay, units of energy that your body has to use to lose that 10 pounds. So you get those two things right. Now I'll give you a little bonus with the mindset. You're going to get hungry at certain periods of time. Now the hunger is very short-lived. The hunger might last 1 to 2 to 3 minutes. Now I'm telling you, even when I did like my Indigo Panda, and I'm basically eating 4 times in a period of 2 weeks, if you added up the total hunger that I felt, it might have been 15 minutes in 2 weeks. And that's no exaggeration, guys. I document all this stuff. When you feel the hunger, reframe it in your head as that is what fat loss feels like. When you feel that little bit of discomfort. And when you're trying to do this, if that's your main goal to transform your body, look at it as a spiritual quest. Don't look at it from the outside in. If I had done that when I first started competing in bodybuilding, the process would have been so much easier. But you learn as you go. So that's the first thing I need you to get your mind around as you head into this first 48-hour fast. The second thing that I want you to be mindful of when you take this challenge on of your first 48-hour fast, we want to eliminate the willpower. The way the human brain works, it will not form a habit around anything that's purely willpower based. We need a little dose of willpower until something becomes deeper into the brain, into the basal ganglia, and it sits in the home of habit formation. But extreme willpower means you're doing something that you don't want to do. The brain will not form a habit around that. It makes no sense when you look at it from a mind map perspective or the triune brain theory. So how do we eliminate the willpower? You decide. That word is so important when we're talking about the panda. Black or white. Decision means to sever, to cut yourself off from any other possibilities. Right? It's based on a Latin word, but it means to sever. There's no willpower. There's no gray area when we do this, when I teach the panda. There's no, let me see how I'm feeling tonight, and if I feel okay, then I'll keep going with it. You decide. It's black or white. And as Michael Jordan said, once you make a decision, once I make a decision, I never think about it again. Don't even give it any headspace. There's no option. If you're doing a 48-hour fast, you're going to go a night without eating. There's no other way around that. So that, again, is more of a mindset piece. But as you see with all this stuff, it all comes down to your mind. There's the physical mechanics, there's the technical stuff that we can do, the tactics, but you got to get the mind right first, because what we're trying to do with this is give you a tool that you could somehow form into your life and make a long-lasting habit. So decide that you're going to go forward with it, pick when you're going to start, and that's what I'm going to go into next. Last thing that you need to know as you head into this 48-hour journey. When are you going to do this during the week? What I like to do is I like to start on a Sunday night. How do I make it through that? So what I've done, what I've found to work very well is you go Sunday night when you're done eating. We're going to go to Tuesday night. Another key aspect of that is that usually on Mondays is usually a low social activity day for people Monday nights. So it's not like they're going to be missing out on something, you know, the perceived fear of missing out type of mindset. So we're going to go to Tuesday night. Now, what can you have within that period of time? You can do water. You can do black coffee. Despite what anybody says out there, you can do black coffee. You can do tea. We're not going to add any additives to this stuff. I don't even like people adding sweeteners to this stuff, even for stevia or whatnot, to begin. I want your taste buds to come back online. That's another important aspect of fasting, that we turn that stuff back on. So you could do water, coffee, tea. With the juice, the salts that you're going to be putting in your water, what we like to do with that is 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, not tablespoon, teaspoon of sea salt, potassium salt, and baking soda. You're going to mix that into 32 to 40 ounces of water and drink that throughout the day. At least 2 servings of that, so we want to get 64 ounces. You can drink more of it if you want. It's so powerful what the sodium will do for your body. Every cell in your body, though, has a sodium-potassium pump. You know, people talk about raising their metabolism and trying to jack up their metabolism and all these crazy supplements to do that. It's really nonsense. However, if you're deficient in sodium, your basal metabolic rate is going to be lowered artificially. We don't want that to happen. So even if you weren't going to fast, I would have you increase your sodium. And sodium will also increase strength endurance by up to 20%. There's not even illegal substances, besides maybe something called EPO, that will do that. It's amazing. So even if you weren't going to fast, I would recommend to do that. If that sounds a little confusing for you, I have a book that outlines all this. You guys can obviously pick that book up, The Panda Diet. You can find it in many places, but it's got everything in there that you would need. But you can just literally take what I told you, write it down, and begin doing it. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I need you to do a few things for me. I need you to hit the like button. That allows me to know that you like what I'm putting out, and I'll put more stuff out like that. I need you to drop a comment. That could be a question, a concern, something you want to debate upon. I read through all the comments and I will respond to you. Lastly, hit the subscribe and the notification button. That way you'll be sure never to miss anything that I'm putting out.